She was 50.
54.
She was 54. Like, she was she's the nicest woman that you could ever meet in your life. She was just a beautiful person, and she didn't deserve for this to happen to her. You know, it's been all over the news. It's up because, like...
But I'm not going to move past this until I talk to whoever my congressman is about banning panhandling.
You want the city to make a change here.
I want the city.
You're already beginning to see that.
I'm already seeing it. Because now from this tragedy with my wife, I don't even look at panhandlers the same way. I look at them as a threat to my life now. So that's what I'm going to push for, and I'm going to make it in my wife's name, Jacqueline Smith. She didn't die in vain. She didn't die in vain. I'm going to make sure she did. You know, so I just thank all the support I've been getting, all the support they've been giving me, because I never would have made this through by myself.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I just want to let Baltimore know to be careful when you feel like you want to give, because you don't know what the intentions are of the person that you're giving to.
A Maryland man who insisted his wife died during a botched robbery involving a panhandler has been sentenced to a life in prison. Today he was sentenced, but nearly 4 years ago he was convicted after his own daughter confessed his police statement was a hoax. Jacqueline Smith, 54 years old, and lived in Baltimore, Maryland. Jacqueline worked as an electrical engineer at a U.S. Army research facility that was northeast of Baltimore. Her loved ones described her as loving, giving, intelligent, and witty. Jacqueline was very supportive, educated. She was a woman a lot of people looked up to.
She loved music. She loved poetry. She was really a family person. And I want people to know that.
She was a mother, and she was a bonus mother to her husband Keith Smith's children as well.
Oh my God, she was a good mother. Her son called me and said she was the best woman there ever was. She was the best mother there ever was.
According to reports, on December 1st, 2018, Keith claimed he and his wife were driving in North Baltimore with his daughter when they saw a woman panhandler holding a baby. Keith was operating the vehicle, said he pulled over at his wife's request, and she supposedly handed the homeless black woman $10 through the passenger window. He claimed that a man with the panhandler then stabbed Jacqueline through her open window, snatched her necklace and wallet, and fled from the scene with the woman panhandler. Fast forwarding, 4 years later, it has been determined this statement was a lie.
On December 1st of last year, we received a 911 call from 52-year-old Keith Smart that his wife Jacqueline had been stabbed to death after giving money to a panhandler in the 1000 block of Valley Street in East Baltimore. We now know that that was not true.
He was attempting to manipulate the hearts and the minds of the country and the world to get away with what he did. This is something we look forward to our day in court at the sentencing, and we will be asking for the max.
At 12:34 a.m. on December 1st, 2018, Baltimore police officers responded to Johns Hopkins Hospital after reports of a stabbing. Upon arrival, investigators learned that Jacqueline Smith had been brought to the medical facility by her husband with multiple stab wounds. About 10 minutes later, Jacqueline was pronounced deceased at 12:48 a.m. The medical examiner's office revealed that Jacqueline had been stabbed in the chest and sustained a cut to her lower right arm. Her death was ruled as a homicide. When her husband was questioned, he maintained his story about how he, his wife, and daughter saw a woman panhandler with a baby, and that a man with the panhandler injured his wife. His daughter was also questioned, and she maintained her father's story. It happened right up the street from my house, and the girl, she just came and she was like, she had a sign and she was asking for help because she had a baby. And I was in the back seat, so I wasn't really paying any mind until I seen someone actually approach the car. And then that's when, you know, it just all just happened so fast. And now she's gone.
So you were driving?
My father was driving. My father, her husband was driving.
We were at a stop sign. She's, he's just a mess right now. So I've been with him. Like, this is the same outfit I had on. Like, I haven't been home because I live in Baltimore. But I just have to support my father because he loved her so much. Like, it's pictures all throughout the house of them. Like, I just don't want him to be alone and have something happen to him, you know. As immediately after it happened, we went to the hospital and she was gone. They worked on her for like 2 hours and she was gone. And she wasn't even 50. But she was 50.
54.
She was 54. Like, she's the nicest woman that you could ever meet in your life. She was just a beautiful person, and she didn't deserve for this to happen to her.
It was a girl out with like a baby in her arms. It was like drizzling, it was cold, and my wife just felt moved to give her something. So at the stop sign, she waved her over to come on over to the car, and then out of nowhere, some guy came over while walking with her. And I hit my window, and Jacqueline went to hand the money out, and the guy just leaned over and said, "Can I thank your wife?" And I said, "You can thank my wife." And within that split second, this guy commenced to stabbing my wife. He snatched her necklace off her neck, and the girl snatched the pocketbook, and they all both ran into some basketball court. Before I knew it, I jumped out my car to run after him, but then I came back because my wife needed me more.
2 weeks later, on December 12, 2018, a Baltimore police detective obtained a disclosure of records including historical cell phone site location information for both Keith Smith's and daughter Valeria Smith's cell phones. The records provided information that contradicted information provided by Keith. The records showed that at the time Keith Smith said the incident took place, his daughter's cell phone pinged off at a cell tower around a much further location. They also discovered he had a history of scams for money.
Smith has a history of committing serious crimes for money. This was the scene in September of 2000 when Smith led police on a chase, then crashed into a city patrol car, sending an officer to the hospital. Smith was pursued as a bank robbery suspect. Once arrested, police reports say he admitted to robbing the same bank in Timonium 3 times. His M.O., forcing tellers to the floor at gunpoint and ordering them to turn over the money. He told investigators he was HIV positive and needed the money to raise his daughter.
A detective obtained wiretaps. While monitoring the wire, detectives disclosed that Keith placed 2 cell phone calls for flight reservations and attempted to book one-way tickets to Cuba and Canada, but was unable to secure a reservation as he did not have a U.S. passport to travel out the country. While on the phone with the travel agent, Keith inquired about traveling to the U.S. Virgin Islands without a passport. Keith also asked if a passport was needed to go to Jamaica and if there was a way to cross into Mexico without going through the border. On March 3, 2019, Keith Smith and daughter Valerie Smith were apprehended in Texas, about 20 miles away from the Mexico border.
The victim's mother believes they wanted her daughter's Aberdeen home and her money.
I knew it was phony. I didn't believe her husband at all. I knew something else happened.
While the two were detained, Valerie Smith admitted that the Panhandler's story was a hoax and that she witnessed him kill Jacqueline in the park. His daughter's attorney claims she's innocent.
We would all love to take a vacation to Mexico. You know, you get a chance to go to Mexico, you say yes. Your dad says, hey, you know what, let's head on down to Mexico, let's take a little family vacation, some R&R. I don't see there being any criminal element to that.
Valerie Smith pleaded guilty to 1 count of being an accessory after the fact and testified against her father during the trial. During the trial, prosecutors said that Jacqueline was asleep in the car and Keith then stabbed her for insurance money, and his daughter, who witnessed it, helped cover it up. Testifying against her father, Valerie recalled that the family was celebrating a belated birthday where her father detoured. At some point, she said he slowed down and stabbed his wife. She said her father was so calm after, but his demeanor changed when he called 911. She told the court that once her father discarded the weapon in the woods, he told her to say a panhandler did it. A day or 2 after the incident, she said that her father went to Jacqueline's workplace to get paperwork for her life insurance policy. A judge sentenced Valerie to 5 years in prison, and a jury found Keith Smith guilty of first-degree murder. On February 28, 2022, Keith was sentenced to life in prison, plus 3 years to be served for the use of a deadly weapon. Jacqueline's friends and family are thankful that the police did not give up on this case.
They hurt my baby. That's all I can think about all the time is they hurt my baby.
This story is completely devastating. I will continue to keep her friends, family, and children in my thoughts and prayers. I'm glad that justice is served. You guys, let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Please respect the victim in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you all. And with that being said, don't forget to check on your loved ones.